Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I hope all is well with you. My name is Khurram, and I have a system for trading the financial markets. And this will be a short video, and I will give you an introduction of how my system works and why is it so successful. And let's start. Let's dive into it. So basically, normally when you see the price charts, you see candles, and every candle gives you four bits of information. That is the open, high, low, and close. But from these four data points of information, what my system does is that it applies complicated formulas on it. And then what we have is I have an indicator based system. Okay, let's take an example of a chart. Like normally the prices you see on the chart, they are totally like different type of candles that you see by default. For example, you see price chart like this, right? And what most people do is they just use MACD or moving averages or RSI or some other old indicator to decide whether to buy or to sell. What my system does is it takes all this out of the system. Okay, what it does is basically you see these two lines. These two lines, when the price is below these two lines, then you have to sell. When the price moves above these two lines, they're type of moving averages, but they are not exactly moving averages. The formula is quite complicated how these lines are formed. All right. So basically, like I've explained to you that when the price moves above this, it's buy. When it's below these two lines, it's sell. But that's not the uh, uh, only way when you will take a trade. So basically, you have to look at these three indicators that are below. Okay, so this is our main indicator, which is the trend following. My system is a trend following system. So what happens is that when the prices when this is in when the price turns, for example, now USD JPY has gone into a buy, right? So I will only take buy trades once it goes into above this line, zero line. When it's below, I will only sell. All right. What this indicator does is that it tells me when the market is in consolidation and when the market is moving. These red dots means that the market is in consolidation, do not trade. But after every consolidation, there is a big move. So once I see these dots, that means, become ready for a move because now consolidation has happened in the market and the market will either go up or down. So, so this is my first indicator. This is my second indicator, and this third indicator is almost the same also. So when these three agree and the price movement also agrees with it, then I take a sell trade. Here I would take a buy trade, right? Normally according to my system. What happens is a bit complicated, but maybe in a future video I can explain to you the inner workings of the system. This is just, I think, an overview. So apart from this, I have a dashboard. What this dashboard does is it tells me which price, which time frame the market is in sell and in which time frames market is in buy. So for example, my default time frame for trading is 4-hour chart. I normally don't trade below 4 hours. So all my trades are above 4 hours. So, for example, what happens is I look at 4-hour time frame and one or two above my time frame. So, but usually what happens is in the lower time frames there is more movement. Like say for example, it will turn red, it will turn blue, this will turn blue. So that's the time when the first one turns blue. That's an opportunity for me to take another trade, continuation trade, right? So this dashboard, for example, if I change the timeline to say 1 hour, if I change the time frame to 15 minute, you see it went to red. 5 minutes, it's in red. So that means it's 5 minute, 15 minute is in red, but the higher time frames are in blue. So there are more chances of the price going higher than lower. But there is a correction going on at the moment. Apart from this, what my time frame does is supply and support and resistance. Basically, it's not supply and demand, it's support and resistance. So basically, I will see on chart support and resistance for all the time frames above my current time frame. So I will see weekly support, I will see weekly resistance, I will see monthly support, monthly resistance, and these are usually the turning points of the market, or market stalls when it reaches these points. These are not exact, these are zones basically. So once the price reaches one of these zones, there is a higher chance of the price turning or stopping or consolidating, right? Secondly, my system tells me the past also, because these lines are based on the past. But what about the future? So you see these two lines. These two lines, normally the price will respect these lines. These and these lines are also automatically drawn according to my system. They are based on another set of calculations. Say for example, if I turn to daily time frame, you see now the price has broken away from this, and now soon uh, there will be a new pattern which will be drawn. So usually the price will follow this, but once the price moves up or below, that's another indication that the pattern on the current time frame has broken. So every time frame you switch, you will see some other pattern. So I usually don't look at the patterns or time frames below 4 hour, but usually to get the perfect entry, I can use 1 hour as well to get the entry just right. Right. All right. Now for the money management and risk management. For money and risk management, I use an EA. It's based on average true range. Like say for example, this pip on this time frame 1 hour chart is moving 20 pips. Say for example, this chart on a 4 hour time frame is moving approximately 49 pips. So if I take a trade on this time frame, my stop loss will be calculated according to where I'm placing my stop loss. Usually it's based either 1.5 times or 2 times of the average true range. So because every currency pair is different, so your stop loss will also be different, and your risk per trade will be 1%. So 1% of your risk will be placed on every trade. Say for example, my account size is $1,000. So my risk per trade will be $10. If my account is $2,000, my risk per trade will be $20. And the lot size is calculated according to where the system is automatically placing the stop loss. So the system, this is a short preview of the system.